morning. Welcome to session 11 of chapter 1 of company law. Now we are going to discuss about the differences between private company and public limited company. Right from the beginning of meaning and definition of both private and public company, we have reached to the end part of it, that is differences between private company and public company, and even we have moved through the features of both, advantages, disadvantages, and so many case studies we have studied, and we have now reached to the end part of it, that is the differences. So on these grounds, private company and public company can be bifurcated. First one is definition. See, according to section 2 subsection 68 of Companies Act of 2013, a private company means if the articles of association if the articles of a company which does not provide for three things. First one, which restricts the right of its members to transfer shares between hands, limits the maximum number of its members to 200, and prohibits any invitation to the public to subscribe for shares and debentures. If the article of association of a company restricts these three, that is, restrict the right of its members to transfer its shares between hands, limits the number of members to 200, prohibits any invitation to public to subscribe for its shares. If the articles of association of the company does these three things, it's a private company. And section 2 subsection 71 of Companies Act of 2013 says that a company which is not a private company is a public company. So this is the main ground of difference. Next one, formation. See, on the ground of formation, if you go for bifurcating the two, the formation of private company becoming easier, whereas a lengthy procedure is involved in the formation of a public company. Means a lot of documents you need to produce, and a lengthy procedure is complied with in the establishment of a public company. On the basis of filing of prospectus to bifurcate, however, a private company is not permitted to collect capital by way of shares, issue shares through initial public offerings, issue shares to general public. It need not file a prospectus with the registrar of companies. A private company need not file a prospectus with the registrar of companies, whereas it is mandatory for a public company to file a prospectus with the registrar of companies before allotting the shares to general public. So in the process of allotment, before allotment, it has to submit. And next one, name of the company. See, it is as simple as the name of private company must end with the word private limited or private limited, whereas the name of a public limited company must end with the word limited, or without name also, it's okay. Next one, number of members is stipulated in section 3. In a private company, the minimum number of members is 2 and the maximum is 200, whereas in public company, minimum number of members is 7 and maximum number of members is unlimited. And on the basis of invitation to the public to subscribe for the shares, if you go for classifying the two, a private company cannot invite the public to subscribe for its shares or debentures while collecting capital from general public. In course of collecting capital from general public, a public company can invite public to subscribe for its shares and debentures. And the next one is minimum paid up share capital. It's required to have minimum paid up share capital of rupees 1 lakh stipulated for a private company. Minimum paid up capital to become a private company is minimum rupees 1 lakh. It's required to have minimum paid up capital of rupees 5 lakhs for setting up of a public company. Next one, approval of the tribunal. On the basis of approval of the tribunal, its conversion to a public company does not require approval of the tribunal. If you want to convert a private company into a public company, approval of the tribunal is not needed. Whereas a public company wants to get converted into a private company, prior approval of the tribunal is needed. On the basis of types of shares, say a private company can issue 3 types of shares: preference shares, equity shares, and deferred shares. Whereas a public company can issue only 2 types of shares: equity shares and preference shares. Next one, allotment of shares. See, on the basis of allotment of shares, a private company can allot shares without receiving any minimum subscription. Minimum subscription rule is not stipulated for a private company, whereas a public company cannot allot shares until the minimum subscription is received. Minimum subscription rule is must be complied by a public company. And next one, preparation of special articles. A private company cannot adopt table A as its articles of association. It must prepare its own articles of association. Whereas a public limited company need not prepare its own articles of association and it can adopt table A. So, a already prepared set of conduct is available, code of conduct is available for a public company. Next one, transfer of shares. Section 44 of Companies Act of 2013 says that the shares of a private company are not freely transferable, whereas shares of a public company are generally freely transferable. And next one, 13, quotation in stock exchanges. The shares of a private company are not quoted in the stock exchange, whereas the shares of a public company are quoted in the stock exchanges. Stock exchange is a place where shares are traded, means the secondary market for the securities. Next one, proxy. Here, a member of a private company cannot appoint more than one proxy for the same meeting. Means for the same meeting, he cannot appoint more than one proxy. Whereas a member of a public company can appoint more than one proxy for the same meeting. Next one, issue of share warrant. A private company is prohibited from issuing share warrant, whereas a public company is allowed to issue share warrants. And next one is, here there are so many other grounds on which bifurcation can be made. Let me notify a few. Special privileges. Here, a private company enjoys certain special privileges, whereas a public company does not enjoy any special privileges. And on the basis of index of members, a private company need not maintain a separate index of members, whereas a public company, as I stated earlier, must maintain a separate index of members when its membership exceeds 200. And length of notice of general meeting. In the case of a private company, the notice of general meeting may be shorter than 21 days. Means before 21 days from the hold of general body meeting, notice will be given in case of private company. In a case of public company, the notice of general body meeting must be of 21 days. So in a gap of 21 days notice will be given. Means before 21 days from the date of holding the meeting. Next one, quorum for meeting is stated in section 103. In case of a private company, the quorum for a general body meeting is 2. Whereas in case of public company, there are 3 norms. 5 members personally present if the number of members as on the date of meeting is not more than 1000. Okay, if the 5 members must be physically present if the total number of members as on the date of meeting is not more than 1000. Second one, 15 members must be personally present if the total number of members as on the date of meeting is more than 1000 but up to 5000. And the next rule is 30 members must be personally present if the number of members as on the date of meeting exceeds 5000. Okay, this is the quorum. And next one is minimum number of directors. According to section 149 of Companies Act of 2013, in case of a private company, the minimum number of directors is 2. Whereas in case of a public company, the minimum number of directors is 3. So this brings up the differences between private company and public company. And moving on to the next topic, that is differences between government company and non-government company. Here we are going to discuss about the differences between government and non-government company. Of course, there is a difference between private company and government company, and private company and non-government company too. Before stepping into the differences between government company and non-government company, let's see the meaning of a government company. A government company means any company in which at least 51% of the total paid up share capital is held by central government or state government, or partly by central government and partly by one or more state governments. A non-government company is a company which is owned and managed by private investors. Here, a government company may be owned fully by a central government or by a state government, or may take the mixture of central government as well as state government, or even central government and few state governments. If the private investors are managing a company, then it becomes non-government company. So on the basis of meaning, if you go for classifying, these are the grounds. Contribution of capital. Here, a government company, in case of government company, either entire share capital or at least 51% of the share capital is held by government, central government or state government. Whereas in case of non-government company, the capital is subscribed by private investors. And second one, use of the words private limited or limited. A government company may be permitted by the central government to drop the words private limited or the word limited from its name. Whereas in case of a non-government company cannot drop the words private limited or the word limited from its name. Next, appointment or reappointment of auditors. Say, the auditors of a government company are appointed or reappointed by the central government. Whereas in the case of non-government company, the auditors of a non-government company are appointed or reappointed by the members in the general meeting. And placing of annual report. In case of a government company, The annual report and the audit report are required to be placed before the Parliament or state legislature, as the case may be, for the discussion. Okay, means annual report and the audited report, both the documents are to be placed before the Parliament or state legislature. Both annual report and audited report. Whereas in case of non-government company, the annual report and the audit report are placed before the shareholders for discussion in general body meeting. So these are the grounds of differences on which government company and non-government company are bifurcated. Hoping that you understood the topics. Let me wind up. Thank you.